In the training, you know, how to go about the combat and stuff like that. There's a lot of difference, you know. It's kind of like a funny paper, funny stories, you know. It's different places where different situations that they put up, you know. You have to go through them. Some of the trainings that I went through was a very, very situation that you had to find your way out and stuff like that, you know. But other than that, it was all right.
Would you mind if I told the audience the story of you being captured and being accused of being a Japanese person?
Yes.
At that time, your partner was Francis.
Francis Jr.
Yeah, Francis Jr. And you and Francis were assigned to the Army for a couple of weeks.
Right on.
And when you were there, the Army captured you and Francis
Right on.
and thought you were Japanese.
Right on.
And they were going to shoot you. But luckily, you didn't get shot.
That's right.
And they sent you back to the Marines.
All right.
That's a true story. Oh. This is a personal question. When you signed up to the Marine Corps in Tuba City and went off to boot camp, your family didn't know where you were. When did you tell them where you were?
Well, I told them I was still back in school, high school. But I guess they kind of didn't believe me, you know. It's a very difficult thing, you know, to leave your home and go back to government school. And your family worries about you, you know. So they had to make a telephone call to the school and try to find out where you're at and stuff like that, you know.
When did you tell your family where you were?
That's kind of a funny story. I went to Tuba City, they sent us to Tuba City. Instead of going to Fort Defiance Indian School, they transferred 5 of us to Tuba City, the Indian school there. They thought I was in Fort Defiance going to school. But somehow the story got confusion. They thought I was away from school somewhere, you know. But they finally did find out that I was at Tuba City. That's a high school. It's kind of funny, you know, to go to a boarding school and stuff like that.
But after boot camp, you finally write your family a letter to tell them you're in the Marine Corps and you're going to World War II in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Did you ever talk to your father afterwards? And how did your father take it?
I don't know, my father didn't quite understand, you know. He wanted to know when I went to Fort Defiance or Tuba City. And we had to explain to them, you know, how they transfer students to different schools, you know, every year. So I told him about it, but he didn't quite understand. But later on, I guess they told him about, you know, how the government transferred you from one school to another school, you know. I was very proud to have my daddy with me, you know.
You were very proud of your father, weren't you?
Right, that's right.
Very tall man.
Not taller man.
Fantastic. Now, I've got to bring up another couple of things. When you were on Guadalcanal, you had to go through a lot of testing before the military would use your code. How long did it take?
You know, that's one thing that really surprised me. When we started the ABC, that's when we developed a code from ABC, you know. It was kind of hard, you know, with some of the students.